So in this video tutorial, I want to demonstrate to you guys how to set up your Google Ads conversion tracking. So if you don't know how to do this, there's no problem. All you have to do is just to watch this video from the beginning to the end, and you will be able to set up Google Ads conversion tracking for your ads campaign effectively. So the first thing that you're going to be doing always, just go to your browser and type ads.google.com. So once you do this, ensure to sign in with the right Gmail account, right? Because on here you can see that I have a several Gmail account here, so ensure to use the Gmail account that has the Google Ads account that you intend to use to run that particular campaign. So once that is done, you're going to be having an interface that look like this particular one, right? Then the next thing that you need to do is to come to the list of options, the menus that we have by the left hand side of the screen. So once you are there, put your cursor on where you are seeing goals, right? So scroll to goals, click on conversions. So once you click on conversions, you can click on this summary, right? So once you click on this summary, then we need to create a new conversion goal, right? So all you have to do is just to wait for it to load, and once it is done loading, we can actually proceed with the rest of the campaign setup. So it's very simple, right, when it comes to creating your Google Ads conversion tracking. So it's not something that is so difficult. So if you're into sales leads, depending on what you're looking for basically, but this is not really our main area of concentration, right? So where you are seeing this plus create conversion action, so click on it to create a conversion action, right? Now you see that we have different things that you can track. You can track purchase, sign up, subscribe, phone call lead, and if probably what you are looking forward to track is not here, just click on this see all. So once you click on this see all, you can scroll through the list of options that we have here, right? So scroll through the list of options and select the one that is most relevant to your business. So for this, I'm going to be selecting contact. So I want to track people that are going to be submitting their contact information to us. Now that I've clicked that, what is the next step? Click on this create conversion. I'm going to be clicking on create conversion. So it's a web event that I want to track, like people who submitted their contact information on our landing page. So I'm going to be selecting this. You see that we have two options here: create a conversion action manually with code or automatically without code. So we want to do it with code. We want to do it manually. So that is what I'm going to be selecting, manually with code. So I know that you are not a developer, right? So don't be scared that this thing is very difficult that you cannot do. No, it's not difficult. So it's something simple that everyone can do, right? So just follow the video accordingly, and you're going to replicate it and have the same result, just like the one that you're going to see in a moment on your end. So this conversion settings, click on conversion settings. You see we have a primary action used for bidding optimization, secondary action not used for bidding. So always go with the first option, right? Then the conversion name. So we're going to be leaving it on contact, but if you want to give it a more detailed name that you can use to remember what it is exactly in a glance, right? So you can go with this option of renew the name to something else that you can easily remember, right? Then the next thing is let's say use different value for each conversion. So for this, we're just going to use the same value for each conversion. So we're just going to leave it the way it is, because we are collecting a contact information, right? So it's not something that people are making a purchase that this person purchased a particular product for $50, another person purchased the cost for $10 or $100. So this is just contact, and we're just going to leave it the way it is. Then the number of counts. So if each person submits the form maybe two, three times, we want you to count once, because this is not e-commerce that one person will be making purchases like several times, right? But then if you're into e-commerce or something that people have to like purchase a product, so you need to put it on every. So once you put it on every, it means for every purchase, it's going to count as an action, or it's going to count as a conversion for you. But for this is contact information, right? So since this is contact of people that we want to collect, we're just going to leave it on this one, right? Which means it's going to count only once. We don't want it to count more than one time. So once that is done, leave everything here the way they are and click on done. Now that you've clicked on done, what is the next thing? Click on this save and continue. So once you click on this save and continue, then we are going to be using Google Tag Manager to install this particular code that is being given to us, right? So you see that we have different options. You see set up with the Google Tag, email instruction to your webmaster. If your website is built by a developer, so you can use this option to send the code to your developer. They know how to embed the code on the back end of your website, right? But for this, we are going to be using a Google Tag Manager to do this. Now that we're going to be using Google Tag Manager, this is very simple step, right? All you have to do is to copy this conversion ID and then this conversion label and put it on your Google Tag Manager account or the container for this particular website of yours that you want to use to run that particular campaign. So the Google Tag Manager is not on this Chrome browser profile. So I'm going to be switching to the profile that has the Google Tag Manager account that I intend to use to demonstrate this for you guys, right? So this is the particular container that I want to use to demonstrate for you guys. I'm going to be selecting the container now. Then the next thing that we have to do is to come to where we have tags. So if the tag is not created yet, we're going to be creating a new tag. So we don't have that yet. So I'm going to be clicking on new. So select tag. You see Google Ads, right? I'm going to be clicking on Google Ads. Then we're going to be using this option that say Google Ads conversion tracking. So remember the conversion ID that we copy, right? So we are going to be pasting the ID here. Let me check if I have copied the ID. So I'm going to be copying the ID. Then I'm going to be switching again to the profile. So let me paste the ID here. So the next thing that we're going to be pasting here is the conversion label. So come here again to get the conversion label for the particular contact that we want to track, right? So this is the conversion label. Then go to your Google Tag Manager account again, paste the conversion label. Now the next thing is to give your tag in, right? So for this, I'm going to say maybe Google Ads conversion tag. So for the meantime, the triggering option, like we just want to put it on the all pages of the website for the meantime, but then we are going to be selecting another container. So we're going to be selecting another container, so that's not a problem. So you see no Google tag found, so we are going to find a way to sort this out. So this is not a problem. So let me see the way we can generate our Google tag so that we can set this up and we're not going to be having a problem with our conversion tracking. So if you want to do that, because we get an instruction that says no Google tag found, right? So I'm going to be showing you guys how to solve that particular issue in a moment. So all you have to do is to come to where we have to come to data manager. So on this data manager, we are going to be getting our Google tag. So this is our Google tag, right? So I'm going to be clicking on manage here. So I'm going to be getting the Google tag ID. So once I get the tag ID, we're going to go back to our Google tag manager to install the Google tag ID on our website, right? So just wait a moment and we'll be good to go from here. So what is again? Yeah, this is the Google tag ID, right? Gonna be, let me copy it from here, destination ID. I'm going to be copying this, then I'm going to be switching back to our Google Tag Manager. So for this, I'm going to be creating a new container. So this container, I'm going to label it Google Tag, right? So tag ID, I'm going to paste the tag ID here. I want it to fire on all pages of the website. Then for this, I'm going to name it like Google Tag. Yeah, Google Tag. Let the name just be Google Tag. Click on save here and we are good to go, right? So now we need to test to be sure that this is firing correctly. So for us to test and be sure that this is firing correctly, this is very simple. All you have to do is to click on this preview button. So once you click on this preview button, we are going to see if these tags are actually firing correctly. But then if they're not firing correctly, it means something is wrong somewhere and we have to fix that particular error, right? So I'm going to be clicking on connect here. Let's wait while it's been connected and we can proceed from there, right? Okay, so this is actually connected, right? So it's actually connected. Let's see the tag assistant. Click on continue and let's see the tags. So you can see, right, that all the tags are actually being fired correctly. So you can see tags fire, Google Analytics tag, Google Ads conversion tag, then the Google tag, the one we just did, right? So this shows that we have successfully connected both our Google Ads account and also our Google Tag Manager together. But then we are not done yet. So this is the website, right? So we want to be tracking people that actually click on this order now, because this is what is most relevant to us at the moment. What we are tracking is what is it called? What we're tracking at the moment is page view. But then page view is not that important to us. So we need to track what is most important to our business, right? So for this, we're going to be tracking this button, and let me show you guys how to go about it. So I'm going to be creating a new trigger. So come here and create a new trigger. Click on where we have trigger, right? So let's just wait for it while it load and we can proceed from here. So where we have trigger, click on new trigger and just wait for it to load. And all we have to do right now is to click on this trigger, right? So click on it, then click on where we have all elements. So once you click on all element, click on some clicks. So for this some clicks, we are going to put it on this click test. So the click test will be this particular order now, pay on delivery 35K, right? So I'm going to be setting it to order now, order now, pay on delivery brackets 35K. So this means that for everybody that click on the button that has this particular test, our event is going to fire. So I'm going to put it on I'm going to change the name to Esprit MKT trigger, right? So I'm going to be clicking on save here, and let's see once this is saved, then we can test to be sure that if people click on this button, our tag is going to fire. So if we do it and the tag did not fire, it means our there's something wrong with what we just did, right? And we need to like redo it again. So but then in a situation whereby you cannot see this click test on your variables, it's very on your triggers, it's very simple. Come to where we have variable here. So click on variable, click on variable, just wait for it to load. I don't know why my network is acting so slow, but just wait for it to load, and once it is done loading, we are going to be proceeding as soon as possible. Right, so in this configure section, click on where we have a configure. So click on configure, and you are going to be selecting the variable. So we have different variables, so you can see that these are the ones that we have allowed at the moment. So just look for the variable of your choice. So like for this click test, you can see that click test is checked, click URL is checked. So if you want to target maybe click target, click ID, click classes, click element, so depending on what you're looking for, basically, right? So if these things are important to you or your business, just check it, and that is all they are going to be appearing here. You see that click this, click URL. Okay, I did not okay it, right? So let me just show you guys how to do that quickly in a moment. Let's wait for it to load again. So you see that we have a click classes, click ID, and that's all. So I'm going to be closing here. You see that click element, click this, click URL, all those things, they've appeared here, right? So that means if you go to your trigger section, you can be able to see these options in your trigger section, and you can use it, right? So you can actually track click classes, click whatever that you are looking for, basically. So for this, I'm going to go back to tags again. So I'm going to go back to tags. Then I'm going to be changing the trigger. So this is a Google Ads conversion the tag that we just set up, right? So for this particular tag, I'm going to be changing the trigger we use. Not like the trigger we use here is all pages. So long as you're on the page of that particular website, the trigger is going to fire. But that is not most important. That is not what is most important to our business, right? Because we actually want to track people that are clicking on this order now button. So to do this is very simple. Come here. Remember the trigger that we created, right? So I'm going to be removing this. I'm going to click here again. You see the trigger we created is preemptive trigger, which means everybody that click on the button that has the test order now pay on delivery, right? So I've selected it, and I'm going to click on save changes again. So I'm going to be clicking on save changes. Then I'm going to be clicking on preview again. So let's see if our tag is going to fire and everything is going to work correctly. So you see connected, right? Now that it is connected, Let's check and see the tags that are fired so far. So you see Google Analytics tag and the Google tag, these two has fired, but our Google Ads conversion tag has not fired yet because we have changed this trigger from page view to a button click, right? So now let me click on the button and see if it is going to fire. Let's check again. So you see now that the tag has fired, the Google Ads conversion tag that we set up has fired. So this means that we have successfully set up our conversion tracking for our Google Ads campaign, right? But then we are not done yet. So one last thing that you need to do is to click on this submit button, because in as much as you've tested and you are sure that it is firing correctly and you did not submit it, it's not going to fire and nothing is going to happen at the end. You just wasted your time, right? So for you not to be curious or maybe to go and pay someone to know what actually happened, click on this submit button. So click on publish, click on continue. Now it is fully published. So now that it's going to be fully published, it means that we are done with the Google Tag Manager setup, right? So the next thing, now we just need to go back to our Google Ads again. So let's go back to Google Ads and be sure that our what is it called, our goal that we just set up, our conversion that we just set up is actually working correctly and it's also active. So you can see that at the moment it's not active, right? So you are seeing this misconduct set, see date, see whatever, see status, whatever, see that it is inactive, right? So now that it is inactive, you don't have to worry. You see unverified conversion, troubleshoot, blah blah. So I'm going to be clicking on this, but then let me show you guys something quickly. You can see that we haven't verified your tag yet, which usually takes up to 3 hours after someone visits your page containing the tag. Now it's very simple. Let's just click here, click again, click on this troubleshoot, click on continue. Then we are going to be pasting the website URL that we want to track, right? So let me get the website URL from here. mkt slash watch. Let me grab it. I'm gonna go back again, click on this. So let's just wait for it while it's load. Now that it's loaded, click on connect. So let's see. So once it is connected, we just need to trigger the event, right? So that it's going to fire correctly for us. So I'm going to be clicking on the option now. So I've clicked on it and I'm going to be clicking on finish now. But then even though if it does not appear, close tag assistance, I'm going to leave here. So let me refresh and let's see if it's still going to show us misconduct. But then if it does, we just have to wait for that 3 to something hours, right? So once we wait for that time frame, come back again, then you are going to see that the conversion setup that we just did is going to show active instead of inactive. So it is showing inactive for the moment because this the event has not yet been picked by the Google Ads Manager, whatever. So once it is done, you see that it's going to be active. So you guys see, right, that it is active and no longer on inactive now. So now we have done with the whole settings from both the Google Ads interface and also the Google Tag Manager interface. So now that your conversion setup is active, you can actually use it to run your campaign. So this is all you guys need to know. So if you are confused at any point in time, there's no problem. Kindly watch the video again, and if you are still confused, just comment your question or your inquiry on this particular video and I'm going to make sure to attend to you. I'm going to make sure that I attend to you and you are not going to be confused at the end of the day. So if you gain value from this video, please subscribe to my channel, turn on the bell notification icon so that you get notified anytime I upload new videos like this. Also, please do not forget to like and share this video. Thank you, and I hope to see you in my next video.